Jessie, woo, VBS. I just turn the water on. Big old flex. She never saw before. He's chasing me like waterfall. Jessie, woo.
I love my theme song so much. Welcome to another episode of Just a Couple Things, y'all. Your favorite podcast hosted by me, your sister, Jessie Woo. Now, are you following Just a Couple Things on every platform that's streaming podcasts? If you're not, please go ahead and change that. If you want an Apple People podcast thingy, find Just a Couple Things, hit follow. And if you are on Spotify, spot Just a Couple Things and hit follow. And if you are watching me right here on YouTube and you're not subscribed, what are you doing, sister? Let's go ahead and change that. Hit subscribe, okay? So you can join the Black Women's Tribe during Black Women's Month. So you can get the visuals, okay? Y'all see this green eyeshadow? I ain't putting it on for nobody. I ain't putting it on for no reason, okay? I put it on for you. For you to view, all right? Speaking of viewing things, have you viewed or listened to my new song, Kaseli? If you haven't, here's a snippet. All right, now go ahead and download my new song. It's more music on the way. I am so excited. All right, let's start things off, child, with what I find just irritating today. What's just irritating me today? Let me tell y'all what's just irritating me. So, do y'all remember how during the panoramic, how nobody was shaking hands? Can we go back to that? Like, can we please go back to that? I find it just irritating. And I'm one of those people who likes to just like, you know, like when I'm meeting people, hey, how are you? You know, and like sometimes, you know, people, I think a lot of times it's out of habit that people will reach for your hand. But like I thought we had gotten rid of that in the panini. Like I thought we made it clear that we don't need to be touching people's hands. Like I thought that was a clear thing. Like not only do we not need to be touching people's hands, but we actually shouldn't. Because a lot of y'all motherfuckers don't be washing y'all hands. Let's start there. A lot of y'all don't wash y'all hands. I've been in a public bathroom or two, okay? And I see how some of y'all operate. You don't wash your hands. And if you do wash your hands, you're not washing them thoroughly. You're not spending at least a good minute in there. Like at least the least amount of time you should spend scrubbing your hands together when you're washing them is 30 seconds. And most of y'all not doing that. Y'all not doing that. And the water needs to be hot. I don't care what nobody says. That water needs to be hot. Y'all not doing that, okay? Y'all just be rinsing your hands and then you want to come touch me after you done wiped your booty hole. Like, please, like, do not touch my hand. I don't know what it is. I hate that shit. I find it just irritating. And what really irritates me even more is when I try to just, you know, I'll just probably sometimes do one of these and it's like the person will still go like this. Oh my God, like, bruh. Sir, don't touch me. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's it. Like, why we can't just bump, you know? Like, or why can't I just, you know, that don't be enough. I feel like whenever I'm in social settings and I just do one of these, it's like I get a look like, oh my gosh, she doesn't want to talk to me. People will take it personal. She doesn't want to talk to me. She doesn't know. I don't want to touch you. I don't want to touch you. You know what I find just irritating while we're here? Grab your neighbor. Oh my God. Oh, you want me to die? Tell me to grab my neighbor in church. I know the saints ain't gonna like it. Tell me to grab my neighbor in church. I do not want to touch my neighbor. And a lot of times your neighbor don't want to touch you either. Like y'all just vibing, y'all cool. You know, like I don't want to touch this person's hands. Y'all hands be sweaty. Y'all hands be musty. Y'all hands be, and this is not just in church. I'm just saying in general. I find holding hands very just irritating. I hate it. I remember one time, like this was months ago. This was last year. I was at church and Pastor Jamal Bryant was like, and grab your neighbor. And I thankfully was in a place where like there was nobody near me on to my left. So I was like, yes. So, you know, Mr. Easter was next to me. So, you know, I grabbed his hand. And all of a sudden, this lady comes out of nowhere. Like, you know, my hand is like down and I'm just like, I'm kind of like talking to him. And she like grabs my hand, but she did it so suddenly that it caught me off guard. Cause remember, nobody was next to me. And I was like in like the middle of my aisle. There was no one next to me. So this lady had to go out of her way to come and grab my hand. So it startled me. And she looked at me like, and she emphasized that she was grabbing my hand. And when I tell you, I wanted to slap the fuck out of this lady. Like, I know we was in church, but I just want to slap the taste out of this lady. Cause it's like, girl, like, why me? Why me? You could have picked anybody. Why me? And then the way it was the way she like snatched my hand. And then like, she just starts shouting, ah, ah, ah. She just starts shouting. Like, you know, I mean, I guess the spirit took her, but the spirit didn't take me. So, you know, it just was so awkward. And then she just dropped my hand and went on about her business. So she wasn't even sitting next to me. It just was the weirdest thing. Like, please don't touch my hand. Like, please do not touch my hand. I find holding hands, touching hands, shaking hands. I just find it irritating because I never know what the other person is on. I don't know if you cleaned your hand. Like, it's just irritating to me. Hop in the comments and let me know if I'm wrong or if you can relate and let me know what's just irritating you today. All right, let's get into just a couple of things, y'all. First things first, I actually want to follow up on a story that I shared with you guys in my last episode of Just a Couple of Things. We talked about, you know, what had happened in Beans and Toast Country. Now, for those of y'all who aren't aware what Beans and Toast Country is, it's London. But most of y'all who are watching me, you know how I get down when it comes to Londoners, right? And a lot of y'all in London follow me too. I have a big following in London. I don't know how y'all found me, but hey, happy Beans and Toast to y'all. Okay. But anyway, Beans and Toast Country has a scandal going on right now. There were these two influencers who were friends who got into an argument last weekend around 4 a.m. in the morning, leaving a club that was, I think, in downtown London. Can't remember. But anywho, a fight breaks out in between these two groups of girls. Like it's this girl named Rael who is a singer.
Need no beat, I can sing it with piano. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, oh yeah, yeah. No.
And then it's this other girl named Claudia Glam, who is like an influencer.
How many BBLs you got?
5 BBLs.
You had 5 BBLs?
Yeah, and I love it.
She's gonna get moved to, bruv.
What's your type then?
She's my type. I love the BBLs. You're my type still. Do you know what? Funny enough, I usually chat shit when I say that. Literally, I'm lying, yeah?
I knew he'd like me.
You kind of fit the aesthetic because
Okay.
I like the fake things. Like, I like the enhancement.
So you like the BBL?
Yeah, 100%.
He fancies me.
She's buff, bruv. You got the merchandise, so you definitely got to show the man them the M4 BMW package. You get me?
Let me
Come
show
on.
you. You know?
Okay, that looks amazing. Mad thing, bruv. So how much have you spent?
I've spent a lot. Like 100K?
Idiot. Did you pay for that yourself?
Yeah.
Liar.
So anyway, an argument breaks out between them, and then like their group of friends start fighting. And things turn deadly when Rael decides to hop in her car and run Claudia over.
Oh, shit! Oh, my God! Oh!
Now, the videos of this is all over the internet. It's really like troubling because, first of all, like, why are you running over somebody? Like, and why are you doing it on purpose? Like, that's crazy in itself. And then to find out that y'all knew each other, that's even crazier. But also, if you look at the video, several people were injured when Rael did this. So anyway, I did say in my last episode that Claudia was being said to have passed away. The reason I said this is because her so-called friends were online basically like sharing that she had passed away. Like it was several of her friends saying this. So I know some of y'all from Beans and Toast Country was in my comments saying, oh my God, you're spreading misinformation. No, bitch, you need to say that to that lady's fake ass friends, not me. Say that to her fake ass friends, because apparently, lo and behold and lo, Claudia is actually alive, but she's fighting for her life. And this was confirmed by, I believe it was her mother. But also, if you watch my last episode, I did include a clip from ITV News where they said that she was in the hospital. So I was reporting both things. You know, the news station will say one thing, right? The news can say one thing, but when you hear someone's friends or family members or loved ones saying another thing, I don't know, I tend to believe the family or the friends. But you know what this entire situation shows me is that Claudia lady, she ain't got no real friends. She ain't got no real friends, because if she did have real friends, she wouldn't have gotten ran over by Rael. And also her friends would have told her that fighting over a man who looks like Pop Joke.
Salah, I never missed it since I was 14. Mecca, I've been 4 times.
Is never the way. That is not the work of the Lord. Because apparently, allegedly, this entire fight broke out because both of these girls were dating this drill rapper by the name of Twin S, who literally looks like Pop Smoke if he was like at the very end of the spectrum. Like literally, like at the end, like, okay? Like, it's just, no ma'am. No ma'am. That lady don't have real friends. Why would your friends get online and tell the world that you've passed away if you haven't passed away? Like, that's just really weird. So I just want to give that quick update. Moving along. Tucker Carlson is regretting voting for Trump.
You and I and everyone else who supported him, you wrote speeches for him, I campaigned for him. I mean, we're implicated in this for sure.
Yes.
It's not enough to say, well, I changed my mind, or like, oh, this is bad, I'm out. It's like in very small ways, but in real ways, you and me and millions of people like us are the reason this is happening right now.
Yes.
So I do think it's like a moment to wrestle with our own consciences. You know, we'll be tormented by it for a long time. I will be. And I want to say I'm sorry for misleading people, and it was not intentional.
Baby, you know it's bad when Tucker Carlson, when like the head maggots are turning their backs on the orange man in Obama's White House. Like, you know it's bad, but also it's giving grift. It's giving he about to try to start running for presidency for the next term that's coming up. So I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of these people that are maggots turn their backs on Trump and talk about regrets. And I just feel like it's all a scheme that MAGA is setting up to come to us with the bullshit. Speaking of maggotry, Laura Loomer calls Candace Owens a nappy-headed nigger bitch.
And for some reason, there's a lot of people that are really afraid of this nappy-headed black bitch who just has a lot to say, but not really a lot to offer. So I'm not afraid of Candace Owens, and I'm happy to match her energy.
You know, I would be offended by this regularly, but, you know, I don't like to get into white women's business. I love seeing white on white crime. So Laura Loomer and Candace Owens can just, Ku Klux Candace, y'all could just X each other out, period. Speaking of racism, did y'all see this footage of this Mexican officer from Houston, Texas, who recently went viral for this disgusting rant? Check it out.
The amount of times that I will always and forever say that I fucking hate niggers. Oh my god, I fucking hate niggers. Like, I hate y'all. Like, you, like, I don't oh, we were slaves this entire, I don't give a but like, for a reason you guys were slaves. You guys don't know anything better than to steal. Like, oh my god. Like, I was literally eating food with my friend. He had his, oh my god, like, I don't know, por Dios, por gracias de Dios, I had my wallet next to me, like my whole purse, and those like that little small shit decided not to steal my wallet. Oh my god, I would have grabbed my heel and like whooped the out of that nigga's. But like, whatever, right? But no or nothing. Y'all don't know how good it felt to say like out loud. Like, goddamn. Like, oh my god, I felt like I was back in the Marine Corps. Like, I kid you not. I don't know what the fuck came over me. I grabbed that by the neck and I was like, come here, you fucking. And oh my god, like, I felt like the world just stopped. Like, it was just peace. Like, I don't know. And then he was just like even I in my head, I was like, damn, te pasaste, because I called him a f***ing dog. Like, imagine if the downtown were there, they could have beaten my ass. And then he like stops like, you did not just call me a f***ing. I was like, you're a. I was like, oh my god, like, you're a f***ing and I called you a like, world peace. And I was like, what the are you gonna possibly say? Like, are you gonna call 911 because I called you a f***ing? No, right? Oh my god, I don't know. This didn't record, but it was like, I'm kind of glad it didn't record because it was like me expressing how much I f***ing hated black people after this. Like, dog, like, let me get a f***ing black person on a 911 call tomorrow, especially. You're going to f***ing jail. I don't give a f***. You're getting treated like a bunch of f***ing shit.
So apparently this officer by the name of Ashley Gonzalez shared this video in her close friends, bitch. Like, you know, if you're gonna be a racist bitch, at least be a smart racist bitch. This puss ass hoe shared this video in her close friends thinking that they were all on the same type of time. And it is just insane to me, right? Because you know bigotry exists. You know racism exists. But see, this is a prime example of why I never call myself a person of color. Because these be the people of color. These be the persons of color. Imagine saying this during these ICE times. Bitch, Trump is literally sending you and your cousins down to detention centers to be the leader from the face of the earth. And you're talking about how you're going to misuse, you're out here misusing your authority to put black people in jail. These be the people of color. This is what, like, when I tell you, don't call me a person of color. I am a black. I am a Negro. Don't ever call me a person of color. I cannot. Like, it's just so damn embarrassing. It's so damn embarrassing. And speaking of don't call me a person of color because y'all persons of color be so embarrassing, Drake in this whole rollout that he has for his upcoming album, I mean, it's just a prime example of having a crack for a mama. Just peak, I got a crack for a mama behavior. Literally. Peak, I got a crack for a mama behavior. Just peak. This is why we say there are biracials and birachals. Drake is a biracial. This man is literally using ICE to roll out his next album. So that now when you search ICE, you're not seeing what's just happening at these detention centers. A lot of people think like ICE is just gone. No. People are still dying in these detention centers. They're still sending people to these detention centers. They're just being more quiet about it now because of all the public outrage that has happened over the past year. But see, of course, a Canadian with a white mama is going to do this shit. And then, like, not you proving Kendrick Lamar right every motherfucking time. The way you suing the music business and Spotify and all these people for allowing them to, you know, let Kendrick Lamar express himself, which is his amendment, First Amendment, what is it, your First Amendment right? To express himself and to tell the world how much of a predator you are and how much of a vampire you are, how much of a raccoon you are, and how you don't belong in the juke joint. And here you are proving why you shouldn't be allowed in the juke joint. And then you dummies, you knitter wenches in the comments using ice and putting ice cubes in Kendrick Lamar's comment section. It's just, I mean, y'all not tired? Oh my God. Like, it's just, I'm embarrassed. I have secondhand embarrassment. Enough, please. Anyway, speaking of predators, Russell Brand. Unprovoked, Russell Brand recently sat down on a podcast and revealed that at the age of 30, when he was in his 30s, he indeed was having intercourse with teenagers.
In Europe and in the United Kingdom where I'm from, the age of consent is 16. And I did sleep with a 16-year-old when I was 30. But when I was 30, I was a very different person. I was a lot younger and I was an immature 30-year-old. Consensual sex, actually, with a variety of people, when there is a strong power differential, as there is when you're a famous man that has the ability to attract women that I had at that time, I think involves exploitation. I think it is exploitative. I recognize that my sexual conduct in the past was selfish and I did not apply enough consideration, barely any, I suppose, really, to how that sex was affecting other people.
This is so disgusting. Like, this is so disgusting for so many reasons. I just, for the life of me, don't see what a 30-year-old man sees in a 16-year-old. Which is why him using exploitative is the perfect word. Because that's your only intention, is to exploit this child. You're in your 30s. Why are you even looking at a 16-year-old in a sexual manner? Just why? Because you're a predator. You are a predator. I want to just paint a clear picture for you guys who Russell Brand is. So for those of you guys who don't know who Russell Brand is a comedian and actor who currently has 7 counts of SA against him. Literally. Okay. He currently is facing a total of 7 criminal charges involving 6 different accusers. He has, at the very least, 6 victims of SA. And these allegations date back to incidents reported between 1999 and 2009. Okay. So of those 3 cases, 3 of them are SA, 1 is indecent assault. Okay. Mind you, this is a man who has pleaded not guilty. This man has maintained his innocence for all of these cases. And here he is sitting his crusty, dusty predator ass on the Megyn Kelly show and admitting to being exploitative with teenagers while he was in his 30s. Just unprovoked. Like, I'm not laughing because it's funny. Y'all know, it's just like a thing of like, this should be enough to just throw that motherfucker in jail. Like, why are we even giving a man like this due process? Like, why? Just why? The audacity of a man who is facing that many SA charges for him to go sit his crusty, dusty, disgusting ass down with Megyn Kelly and admit to that is just like jail. He need to be in jail next to R. Kelly, next to Is Bill Cosby out? Yeah, he out. Put him next to R. Kelly, put him next to Diddy, and let them have their way with his ass, since he likes exploitation so damn much. Side note, this is random, but the way Mary J. Blige ain't never going back to Scott Stevens' house.
What's in those new chicken snack wraps?
What's in the new chicken snack?
What's in the new chicken wraps?
Mary?
Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce, 3 cheeses, french dressing.
The way the internet been wearing crispy chicken, 3 cheeses, fresh lettuce, tortilla.
Wrapped up in a tasty flour tortilla. Crispy chicken, wrapped up in a, yeah. Hit it, Andy. Drop that track. Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce, 3 cheeses, french dressing, wrapped up in a tasty flour tortilla. Wrapped up in a, yeah.
Baby, the way the internet been eating this shit up, they've been eating Mary ass up so damn hard, they found this video.
Is it a gun? Is it a knife? Is it a wallet? This is your life. It ain't no secret. It ain't no secret. no secret, my friend, you can get killed just for living in your American skin. Oh.
Is it a gun? Is it a knife? Is it your wallet? This is your life. Mary, my thing with you is, why do you keep getting caught in these positions? It's just like the niggery of it all. Mary, are you a knitter?
He's a knitter!
No! So let me guess, you ain't read this one either? This was your team? Like, girl. Is it a gun? Is it a knife? Is it a wallet? This is your life. It ain't no secret. It ain't no secret. You can get killed for living in your American skin. You got Hillary just sitting there. Did Hillary have hot sauce in her bag when you were singing this shit to her ass? It'd just be the niggery for me. All right, let's move on. All right, y'all. We is back in Beans and Toast People country business, okay? So I don't know if y'all are aware of this couple, Dami and India. They were both on Love Island a couple years back. I want to say like 3 years ago, they were on Love Island. Maybe almost 4 years ago, they were on Love Island. And it's the original Love Island, the UK version. And they became like the people's champs.
I feel blessed to have a girlfriend like India. She'll make a great mom one day. Mother! I mean, she's Jamaican, so you know we can skip the roof. I'm joking.
The people's champs. They left the island together and they've been together ever since. They do all the things, brand trips. India has a podcast with Love Island. She is a red carpet host. She has brand deals, brand trips, and so does he, right? So anyway, they've been doing a thug thizzle for like almost 4 years now. So back in November, I want to say, of last year, a video hit the timeline of India cheating on Dami.
Shocking footage has emerged of India Polak snogging her co-star Marlon Lundgren Garcia, sparking massive cheating rumors. The video shows the Love Island star embracing the Twitch streamer at London's Duck and Waffle back in December. Marlon has now confirmed the kiss in a live stream, but insisted he was single at the time. The scandal follows reports that India and Dami Hope called it quits after a festive holiday to the Seychelles. Dami has since unfollowed her on Instagram, posting that not everything ends clean, but it ends clear. The pair met while filming Series 3 of Netflix's reality show Inside, set to air soon. While reps have been contacted, fans are waiting for the stars to address the betrayal claims directly.
Did y'all ever see that video? Clap if you saw it. Yes, child. It was a lot. It was a lot. So according to the video, India was seen spending some time with a Swedish-American Twitch streamer by the name of Marlon Garcia. So I got the timeline a little wrong. Actually, the video dropped January of this year, okay? But the actual incident is from December. And according to online sources, as well as Dami, he kind of confirms this in the interview, India had met Marlon during their time filming this Netflix show called Inside, I believe it's called Inside. Yes, it's called Inside. And they were filming it at the end of last year. Now, the gag is that when this video hit the internet,
You're 3 years into your relationship. Then India was spotted kissing inside UK star Marlon Garcia.
When these videos come out, all of my friends, all on their phones, and I have to listen to everybody's phone ping at the same time. What was such a beautiful relationship to now this is how it ends.
Dami and India were still a couple. And if you hear his interview that I'm about to play some clips from, he actually says that when she went out that night in particular, you know, they're used to having certain rules for each other. Like, hey, like, you don't just stay out all night without any communication. We communicate with each other. We let each other know what's going on. Come home. You don't just not come home. But he said that night she was acting a little different. She wasn't answering his phone calls. He didn't hear back from her until the next day at 1:00. And when she came home that night, she actually told him that she was out with Marlon, but she made it seem like it was kind of like on some friend shit. Like, you know, we just filmed this show together. Maybe like there were other people with them. So he didn't really think too much of it. And they stayed together. It wasn't until the video hit the timeline in January and the world saw it that Dami now had to break up with her.
You and India had celebrated your 3-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Then India was spotted kissing inside UK star Marlon Garcia. When did you find out?
You have this thing of like, oh, if you go out, you just text and you say, oh, what you're doing, but you're gone now for the whole night, not said anything. And it's like, that doesn't make sense.
What time did she come back?
I don't even know, because I had to work that day, so I had to even leave the house.
Sometime in the morning?
No, probably like afternoonish or something, yeah.
Afternoon?
Yeah. And it comes to a point now, obviously, this video has come out. There's like all of my friends, all on their phones, and we're all getting this video. It comes up TikTok at the same time. And I have to look at everyone and myself, watch this video, and then look at all my friends, watch the same video, and everyone's in shock. Because there's one thing of like, okay, yeah, you've heard it, but then seeing it is a bit like, and then it feels even way more than, you know, how it was expressed to me. And it's like, it's embarrassing, and then it's just disrespectful.
Why didn't you say anything?
Because at the same time, I generally still have like a care for her, but I do need to like have some level of self-respect to like, for myself as well, to be like, you know what, this isn't what I want anymore. I can't like be here or do this.
So what do y'all think about Dami's version of what happened? Because I have my own thoughts. Like, do y'all think that he's being totally truthful here? Like that he didn't really know that anything was up? What do y'all think? Okay. I don't know. I kind of just feel like just putting myself in, just thinking about myself, right? I've been with my man for 2 years. I haven't been with my man as long as they were together. They were together for almost 4 years. But anyway, been with my man for a minute. It's going to take a lot for me to just go out with another man and be like in public and be kissing up on that man, touching up on that man. Like, I would be doing that from a place of revenge. Like, I would be doing that from a place of getting my lick back. I don't see myself doing something like that and everything's okay in my relationship. Because that's basically what Dami was saying. Like, he was like, yeah, everything was okay. So he would kind of like hit off guard. I just don't believe that. I'm not saying that he did anything. I'm not accusing her of anything. But I'm just saying it don't make sense. Like, usually for a woman to do some shit like this, it's coming from a place of, I want to see your chest cave in. Like, I'm trying to make your chest cave in because you did some bullshit. So it's payback. That's what it's given to me. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. Like, do y'all think she just was on demon time? Like, just out of nowhere? I don't know. And again, like, she's in a public place. Like, you know, I'm not a celebrity like they are, but I'm just thinking of even me. Like, if I go now to like a popular restaurant here in Atlanta, actually, if I go anywhere in Atlanta, most of the time, at least one person will know of me. And most of the time at this point in my relationship, most people who know of me know that I am in a relationship and they know who that person is. So if I'm around here cheating on my man, I'm not gonna do that publicly unless I really want my man to see that shit. And if I want my man to see that shit, it is because my man did some fucked up shit to me. So I'm trying to get my lick back. I don't know. It just something in the milk ain't clean to me. Dami did also say in this interview that he often felt like an outsider when it came to India's mom. He said that India's mom or India's family, he felt like he was an outsider. He said that India's family would make certain comments about him. Not her, but her family would make certain comments about him and his sexuality. Now,
her family didn't feel as if you were masculine.
Yeah. I think so simple as that.
Something that you also mentioned that we have to talk about is you talked about there's a cultural difference between you and India, right? So you are Nigerian heritage, India, Jamaican heritage. How did that cultural difference show up for good or bad in your relationship?
There's in some cases where it felt like, maybe I felt like an outsider,
With her family.
Yeah, with our family. It's like, yeah, maybe I'm not, the same as you guys or something. And I felt like that sometimes. It's the jokes, it's the stuff that, the internet, are putting against me. I think I remember I wore like an outfit to the Mobos or something, and I did my hair back and I had like earrings, and then the internet wanted to diss me about whatever fashion is that I did. I thought I ate. I still think I ate. It doesn't even affect me. But, things like that.
You feel like maybe her family didn't feel as if you were masculine.
Yeah, I think so simple as that. Probably. Okay. I think, maybe eventually, I think it probably came to a point where it was like that.
In the interview, Dami does go into detail about his, style on red carpets. And a lot of times the way he dresses is cause for a lot of conversation where his sexuality does come under attack, which I think is just very lame and stupid, but it happens a lot online. But to hear him say that her family would see the online commentary and then like bring it up to attack his sexuality basically was crazy. But also there are clips that people can find of him making digs at her culture, right? So you have her family throwing digs at you and you're making it seem like it's because of their culture, but also her family could say, well, look at how you talked about her culture in this clip.
Feel blessed to have a girlfriend like India's. She'll make a great mom one day.
Mother!
I mean, she's Jamaican, so we can skip the roof. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Respect on my culture.
Now, her family is Jamaican, his family is Nigerian. I'm like, oh my Lord, was they around there calling that man a bati man? Was they calling him a whole bati boy for them my drink in a chichi man bar? Was they calling that Nigerian man a bati man? A chichi man? Jamaicans, are y'all still doing that shit? Y'all gotta let that go. They was basically calling that man gay. And he said that they would do that because they would see a lot of online commentary about his sexuality. So they kind of adopted it too. I think that's so fucked up. I think that is so messed up. Also, it kind of like he kind of alluded to like their cultures being different and basically that her family made him. These are not his words exactly, but this was how I kind of just took in what he was saying, that her family kind of made him feel like he was lesser than. It kind of gave xenophobia, to be honest. And, xenophobia is something that is rampant in Caribbean cultures. Rampant. Jamaicans, the way I be hearing Jamaicans talk about Haitians, the way I hear Bahamians talk about Haitians, or like the way sometimes I've heard Haitians talk about Black Americans, or the way like African, like from different countries will talk about people from the Caribbean or people from other African countries. Like xenophobia is just disgusting. Y'all are dumb. Y'all are dumb. I'll never forget my last time that I was in Jamaica. I was there for Carnival, and one of my homeboys' moms had made a comment about Haitians doing voodoo. Like, oh, don't y'all do voodoo? And we were in a hotel that had a whole lot of Rastafarian memorabilia. She was Jamaican. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, do you not look around you? What is this? What is this? I'm like, the xenophobia, when xenophobia to me always comes from a place of pure stupidity. Like, it's from a place of like, genuinely someone just going out of their way to be dumb. And that's why I hate it so much. But hop in the comments, let me know your thoughts on the whole Dami and India thing. I don't know. I just don't feel like my sister would just go out of her way to do that. Unless you did some shit. But I'm not going to accuse him now because I don't know these people. But again, I don't know. That's a lot for a girl to do. That's a lot for a girl to do. Just unprovoked. All right, y'all. We still in Just a Couple Things. There's danger in the land. Y'all gonna want to sit down for this week's Danger in the Land. Y'all gonna want to sit down for this week's Danger in the Land, okay? Now, we've got a story coming out of People magazine that gives very much Waiting to Exhale meets General Hospital. A woman by the name of Lisa Hill thought she was living the dream. 30 years of marriage, honey. But she found out that her husband was playing a game of hide the salami with the whole neighborhood. And it cost her more than her dignity, baby. This woman was married for 3 decades, okay? 30 years. That was 30 years of I was your lover and your secretary. Okay? Now, after 3 decades of faithfulness on her part, she found out that her husband was cheating on her. But he didn't just leave behind a lipstick stain. No, he hit her with the worst triple threat you could ever imagine. This man left her with vulvar, cervical, and anal cancer. The HPV of it all. Because while this motherfucker was outside sampling the buffet, he was bringing home silent killers to his wife. And the craziest part is, she didn't even realize how sick she was until everything was advanced. This lady just thought she was aging. You know, she white. She thought she was aging. Whole time her body was fighting a war, child. All because her husband couldn't keep it in his pants. Now Eileen McGill Fox is using her voice to warn women out there of the dangers of just trusting your husband with your body and not going to get regular checkups. She's been getting regular cancer treatments for the last 7 years. She found out that she was diagnosed with all 3 of these cancers 7 years ago. And again, because of this diagnosis, she is using her voice to warn women out there. What would y'all do? What would you do if 30 years into your marriage, you not only find out that your husband is cheating on you, but you find out that this man gave you HPV? And you didn't find out that he gave you HPV until you're diagnosed with 3 different types of cancers. That is insane to me. And you know what? HPV is one of those STDs or one of those sexually transmitted diseases that doesn't really show up symptom-wise from men, I believe. And you know, there's no FDA-approved HPV test for men. So a lot of times men have HPV and they don't even know it. They don't even know it, and they're just passing it on. And HPV doesn't really harm men in any way. But yet, if it's transmitted to you as a woman, you can get cancer. I'll never forget years ago, I had to have the what did I do? The leap, because I found cancerous cells on my cervix. And at the time, I was dating a guy who didn't tell me he had HPV until I told him that I found out that I had to get that treatment. But in his case, he actually told me that he had to, I think he said that he had frozen sores. He had found sores. Mind you, he doesn't tell me any of this until I tell him that I found out that I have HPV. I've never, I don't know what the fuck this is. I didn't really know much about it, and I felt so stupid because I had never had it. Didn't know about anybody who had it. I had to go educate myself really, really quickly, and come to find out, he had it. Didn't tell me. Told me that he froze a sore. He had sores that he had found on his body that he had froze. So this man knew that he had it. This man knew that he had it. So yeah, get regular checkups. Get your pap smears regularly. Make sure you're getting your pap smears on the regular, ladies. I'm just thinking with Eileen, was she not getting her regular pap smears? What was going on? Anyway, that man would be 6 feet under. I'm so sorry. I really think people don't be afraid of dying enough for me. Like, could you imagine, like, you're going home to your wife, 30 years, you're doing this to somebody you've been with for 30 years. You cannot trust men. Like, you cannot trust men. You can't. Not even the ones you think is good. He's a good man. You cannot trust men with your body and your health. Men are the type of creatures who, if you're going to the doctor and you come back and you're, oh yeah, I'm good. They're like, okay, I'm good too. They don't go get checked. Men, if you're in a most men, if you're in a relationship with them and you're getting checked on the regular and, oh, she good, so I'm good. That's men for you. That is men for you. You cannot trust men with your life. You cannot. You cannot. The way this man would have been 6 feet under, hey.
He's a knitter!
We've reached a very special part of the episode. This is when we hand out our Knitter of the Week award. This week's Knitter of the Week goes out to D4VD, or better known as David Anthony Burke, who was recently arrested a couple days ago.
This is our first look at David in custody. You can see he's just wearing a black hoodie. He was pretty emotionless as he was listening to the various charges against him. There are 3 different counts: first-degree murder, continuous sexual abuse of a child under 14 years old, as well as mutilation of human remains.
Those of y'all who have no idea who D4VD is, because I sure enough didn't know either, okay, he is a singer who was about to go on this big tour. He was arrested on April 16th of this month, and he was slapped with some heavy-ass charges. We're talking about capital murder, child abuse, and Lord have mercy, mutilation of a dead body. Now, his victim is 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, and she was a child. Okay, she was 14 years old, a child. Meanwhile, David is 21 years old. So here is the whole story with David and this 14-year-old. So last September, there was a Tesla who was registered to David that was towed from a street in Hollywood after being abandoned. When the workers at the impound lot noticed a foul odor, they opened the trunk and found Celeste's remains in the trunk of the Tesla. Her remains, though, were in 2 bags. It's been determined that by the time her remains were found, her body had been in the back of that Tesla decomposing for 4 months. Where was her family? Where were her friends? Like what? Like, I guess she was reported missing at the time. But 4 months, that's a long time. But let's get into the evidence that leads up to David being charged for this. So the Tesla, it was his car. The camera, there was a camera that investigators found. It was a digital camera in his house with photos of him and Celeste together months after she was reported missing. Then there was the iCloud evidence. Prosecutors are saying that his iCloud was filled with corn. Child corn casserole. Okay? I hope you're catching my drift.
The prosecution just dropped a bombshell in the murder case of the musician David. They were in court, preliminary hearing, and the prosecution said that there was a significant amount of child on David's iPhone. Now, the hearing today was all about the evidence that the DA's team has managed to build, and the defense wants to see it. They say that David is innocent of the charges, that he did not murder 14-year-old Celeste, but every time there's a hearing, we're learning more about this case, and the DA says that David was seeing Celeste as of September 2023, when she was barely 13 years old, just after she had turned 12. Now,
there was even this like Twitch video that Celeste appeared in with him. It was at the top of 2024, where authorities say that he was caught on camera saying, delete everything. Oop, delete everything. But baby, the internet doesn't forget nothing. Somebody was able to find that clip from their Twitch appearance together.
I media trained you.
No, you didn't.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of rape kids.
Really good.
Okay,
it's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my! Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes.
Now, this is where things go very, very dark. So David's friends told the tabloids that they thought that Celeste was 19. That's what he was telling them. Whole time, she was 14. He also told his friends that she was 19 and she was going to USC. Again, she was just 14, okay? So she was in high school, barely in high school at the time. His friends told authorities that she had fake IDs, that she went to all the age-restricted parties with him, but the district attorney says that the truth is much darker. He was allegedly essaying this girl. He was essaying a 14-year-old girl. And when she threatened to expose that, he felt he had to get rid of her. So he's currently in jail and he ain't getting out. You going to jail. Whoa, jail. You're going to jail. Whoa, jail. You're going to jail. You going to jail, boo, and you staying there.
In a way that it builds up to the big moment where she died in the back of my mind. Like, I didn't kill her physically, but in the back of my mind, she died. And I didn't even cry, not a single tear. It was really more of a figurative I killed you, especially in the back of my mind. I try to stress that in the back of my mind. That's why I say it so loud. In the back of my mind, you died. In the back of my mind, I killed you. So it's all in the mind because that's the most secure place you can be is in your mind.
He's currently being held without bond. And if he's convicted, he's not only just looking at life without parole, but he's also looking at the death penalty. Good, because he's a knitter.
He's a knitter! Knitter!
Why are you, a 21-year-old, looking at a 14-year-old? Like, what is going on? What is happening? What is happening? Like, I can't. Hop in the comments and let me know who you would like to nominate for a Knitter Award, okay? Let's get into what the did I just watch? All right, get into what the did I just watch? I've been watching Euphoria and I'm not understanding. I am not understanding Euphoria at all. If this was gonna be it, y'all could have just left well enough alone. Like, this ain't it. This is not it. Sydney Sweeney, you will never convince me that she's not still on the casting couch. Like, it just feels like I'm watching a never-ending casting couch session, watching Sydney Sweeney's, just her career unfold. Like, you're just a figurative cum bucket. Like, it like watching Sydney Sweeney is like watching a walking cum bucket. Like, it's just the weirdest thing. I'm not understanding this. And I'm just not understanding the gist of, like, what is the story we're telling this season of Euphoria? And why is the N-word being thrown around so much? Like, I just feel like, it just feels like it went downhill. The writing is off. It just feels like they're looking for shock value instead of looking to tell a well-constructed and impactful story to me. Euphoria just feels like a misogynistic man's wet dream this season. It just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good at all. Like, it's the strip club storyline. Like, I just, like, what am I watching? Am I down to the pank? Like, even the pank ain't this misogynistic. I don't know. Sam Levinston, I don't know, bro. Like, it's giving pervert. It's giving red pill. It's giving you need therapy. Don't start no other show. Don't write no other show, baby. Go to therapy. Go see the lady. Go do what you gotta do. But you basically ruined this show. It's disgusting. I'm 2 episodes in and I'm just like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna be back. Meanwhile, Imperfect Women is the best show on television right now. Imperfect Women is the best show on television right now. Kerry Washington, lip quivering ass, the way she got on my nerves with this motherfucking show. You know, her character, but like, just the storytelling on this show. You want to talk about thriller? This is a thriller. Every episode leaves me with my jaw open. Just when I think the story's going a certain way, they're like, gotcha, bitch. It's actually not. You know, because going into this last episode, I was mad at Kerry Washington character because she ain't shit for sleeping with her best friend husband right after her best friend dies. She got her legs up, she lip quivering, she moaning for her best friend husband literally 2 days after her best friend died. And she hunching that man so damn hard that his own daughter finds him hunching her best friend husband down at her best friend's house with her husband in front of her best friend's daughter. Okay? Then come to find out, Kate Mara's character, whose husband, Kerry Washington character, was hunching, she was hunching Mary's husband behind Elizabeth's ass. Okay, so she ain't shit either. But then lo and behold and lo, Elizabeth got with her husband because he was cheating on his wife with Elizabeth. Okay, so Imperfect Women just called this show 3 raggedy ass women because all 3 of y'all is raggedy, right? But at the end of the last episode, we have Mary who finds Nancy's ring in her husband's pocket. And in the midst of Nancy's things, she finds a book that her husband wrote that don't nobody motherfucking know about. So she finds out that her husband was sleeping with Nancy before Nancy died. And the ring she had on the night she died, she finds it in her husband's blazer. Okay? So then she does the dumbest thing. She goes and she tells her husband that she knows that he was fucking her right up to the time she died. And she gonna tell the police. Girl, what? You don't ever tell a killer that you gonna go tell on them. Are you okay? Are you okay, bitch? The fuck? You just go down to the precinct, ho. You don't give him no warning. So because she gave this motherfucker a warning, he, who's been drugging her, come to find out their entire time together, he's been psychologically and medically abusing her and drugging her. He sets up their daughter, their literal child, to overdose on her pills, sends the child to the hospital, and basically tells Mary, you try anything else? I already called CPS for you. CPS shows up. So she loses her mind. She tells CPS, he killed Nancy and now he trying to take my kids from me. CPS kicks her out the house. Kicks her out the motherfucking house. So now Kerry Washington's character and her are starting to scheme together, you know, to see how they can go ahead and expose him. So she has a private investigator that she calls to go examine the crime scene. And at the crime scene, the criminal, the investigator puts together that the person who killed Nancy has a shoulder injury because of how they were dragging Nancy's body. So lo and behold and lo, Mary's husband got that same shoulder injury. So she goes to the house she's not allowed to go to, and she finds his medical records, thinking he's not there. But lo and behold and lo, his puss ass was there. Okay, so his puss ass come out from the shadows. And he basically tells her, if you go forward with this, please understand that everybody gonna know the whole motherfucking story. And what's the whole motherfucking story? The motherfucking story was that Mary and her husband be cosplaying as if he was fucking Nancy. So before her husband was actually fucking Nancy, her and her husband would role play, and her role would be to play as if she's Nancy. This is some sick shit. When I tell you this is some sick shit, so when he tells her that, she backs out of everything. She comes home, she says, I ain't gonna say a thing. I'm not gonna say a thing. But Kerry Washington's character was like, fuck no. I'm going to Nancy's husband and I'm giving him the evidence. And Nancy's husband is from a very wealthy and powerful family. They call the police people. The police people come arrest Mary's husband. And she's like, oh my God, I didn't do nothing. He's like, fuck you, bitch. He still calls CPS on her ass right outside as he's leaving. He's like, hey, she can't be left with these children. Call CPS. They do that. So now she got to have supervised visits with her kids. And while she's having a supervised visit, she's down to, I think she was, I don't remember where she was at, visiting the kids. The news come on and bitch, surveillance cameras catch the man who killed Nancy. And lo and behold, and lo, it wasn't Mary's husband.
Oh no. Oh no.
Bitch, when I tell you I slammed the remote control to shut my TV off, I cannot do this. Kerry Washington, you and the crew, y'all gonna pay for my high blood pressure medicine. Y'all done gave me high blood pressure with this show. Okay? Don't watch Imperfect Women if you suffer from hypertension. Okay? Because Kerry Washington, lip quivering ass, and everybody over there down to her production team, like this show right here, best show on TV right now. I need 10 more seasons. But I need y'all to just change the names to 3 raggedy ass women. Because y'all is raggedy as fuck. I ain't rooting for nan one of y'all. Have you ever watched a show and you just cannot root for nobody? I can't root for nan one of y'all. All of y'all raggedy. All right, moving along. We have a set it off, I suggest. Set it off, I suggest. Set it off. All right, let's read this set it off, I suggest. Hey, Jess, I've been watching you for a while, and I want you to know how much I admire you, your honesty and the way you carry yourself, and your wit. You remind me a lot of myself, opinionated, a little dramatic. A lot of dramatic. Go ahead and say it, girl. I know I'm dramatic, child. A little dramatic in the best ways possible, of course. And a fellow dark-skinned Haitian firstborn daughter. You represent us so well. Thank you. I'm 21. 21? You just a baby. My baby. You know, it just warms my heart when y'all be telling me your ages and y'all be like 21, 22. Why are you watching me? Why are you watching me? I really hope I have added something positive to your lives. I've been doing this shit for 7 years. So some of y'all been watching me since you were like teenagers. My good God. I hope I've been a good auntie. I hope I've been a good mom. I hope I've been a good matan. Don't call me matan though. I'm just kidding. You can call me Matan. I'm 21, currently finishing up my first year of uni in the UK. In the UK, my little beans and toast baby. And while I really enjoy your pop culture content, the moments where you talk about being a firstborn in a Haitian household hits closest to home. I've always been the strong and smart one. You know, the one people don't have to worry about. The one expected to figure things out. And now helping guide my 16-year-old brother since he moved in with me from the Caribbean in September of last year. Lord. 21, having somebody move in with you, that's a lot. And he's just 16, that's a lotter. That's a lot. My family's very close, and my parents always emphasize that we should stick together and not leave each other behind. But sometimes I wonder how I'm supposed to lead when I don't even feel grounded myself. Girl. Nobody cares. You're the oldest, so you just figure it out. They don't give a damn how you gonna figure it out. They just want you to. Nobody cares. It's just sad. Especially because some days are harder than others. Living in the UK, the cold and gloomy seasons really get to me. And there are times I struggle with motivation, sometimes even with basic things like going to class or taking care of myself. So it feels overwhelming trying to stay on top of my own life while also being someone else's reliance. I've never worked before, and trying to get even a part-time job right now has been discouraging. Hold on, so you ain't got no job and your brother moved in with you and you in uni? Girl. Girl, that's too much. That's too much. That's too much. I'm so sorry. Like, I know, like, our culture is very much that, but baby, no, that's too much. That is too much. I can't even finish. I've never worked before, and trying to get even a part-time job right now has been discouraging. I'm getting rejected from entry-level roles, and it's starting to make me feel behind. I'm independent in so many ways, but financially, I still feel stuck. And I want to be able to ease that weight off my parents. On top of that, I'm still navigating my relationship with my mom. It's improved a lot over the time, but it's that clingy, religious dynamic where some things are said out of love, but don't always land that way. Tell me about it, girl. So I'm still unlearning setting boundaries and trying to grow while maintaining that relationship. I've noticed a shift in myself. I'm still motivated to build a career because I know it's the smart thing to do, but I'm not as ambitious as I used to be. Some days I just want a simple, peaceful life. Somewhere warm, near the beach, with good food, a small garden, and a few animals, and it confuses me trying to balance that feeling with everything I'm supposed to be working towards. I know, you're supposed to be a nurse, docteur, infirmière, ingénieur, docteur, infirmière, ingénieur. If you Haitian, if you're not a doctor, a nurse, a lawyer, or engineer, bitch, you ain't shit. You just ain't shit. You an ain't shit bitch. Like, it's just so discouraging. Docteur, infirmière, ingénieur, avocat. Them the only careers you could have as a Haitian. As a Haitian, if you're not docteur, infirmière, avocat, ingénieur, you nothing. Ou pas rien. Ou même qui pas rien. Christophe. Christophe Glass. You ain't shit, bitch. It's so damn annoying. Please. I guess what I'm trying to ask is, how would you navigate being 21 in today's world as a firstborn daughter? Damn, that's a good question. Balancing expectations, responsibly, uncertainty, especially with the orange peel in office. Yes, he's messing shit up all the way over here for us too. Now he fucking up beans and toast country. And still trying to figure yourself out while also learning to show up for yourself first before pouring into others. Thank you so much for reading and for everything you share. I'm always supporting you and praying for you. Please keep doing what you do. Keep the videos coming. I appreciate that. I appreciate your prayers and I appreciate you writing me. If you want to send me a letter, please send it to jessacouplethingspod@gmail.com. This was a good letter because these couple letters I've been getting before this, y'all was just stressing me out and had me crashing out. You know, I said something a couple weeks ago, maybe it was last week. I was saying how I can't really do well with people who have anxious attachment styles. The folks who are always anxious, the folks who always need like so much reassurance, they have to be attached. I can't really do that because I'm just very independent. And some of y'all were trying to diagnose me and tell me what type of attachment style I have. And then there were the comments saying, you know, have grace. You need to have grace for people who have anxious. You need to have grace. Nobody ever has grace for the eldest daughter. Nobody ever has grace for the eldest daughter. Nobody ever has grace for the eldest daughter who doesn't have an anxious attachment style. The eldest daughter who has basically had to learn to be self-reliant. Nobody ever has grace for that person. And I think a lot of it has to do with just like the characteristics that we pick up along the way. The fact that we don't really look to anyone for help. The fact that we don't really attach ourselves to anyone because we rely on ourselves so much. The fact that we can be very intrusive because we've had to depend on ourselves so much. The fact that we're so resilient. People have no grace because they look at you as if you're always going to be good. You're always good. But people seldom understand that as the eldest daughter, you're actually not good because nobody ever has grace for you. Nobody is ever really looking to help you. Everybody's always looking for something from you. Everybody's always looking for something from you. And I think about when I was 21 or even where I am now. Like, I feel like a lot has changed in my life, but a lot hasn't in the sense that I've always been self-reliant. I've always had to get it out of the mud for myself. I have never been able to depend on anyone. In my household, I couldn't depend on anyone. You know, yes, my mother provided for me, but I'm the eldest. I couldn't depend on my siblings. Till this day, my siblings cannot tell you I've ever asked them for anything because what can I ask you for? You can't give me nothing. I can't depend on you for anything. I don't ask my mother for anything. I don't ask family members for anything. I have stayed with family members, obviously, of course, from time to time when I needed a place to stay. But when I've stayed with family members, I wasn't asking them for money. I was basically trying to get myself together. But I can't imagine doing what I've had to do while also taking care of a sibling. I just can't imagine it. Once I left home, I really left my siblings. Like I grew up being their second mother. And once I left home, I knew I wasn't going to be that. And I think that has definitely like tarnished our relationship because yeah, I'm not there anymore and I'm not their second mother anymore. Like I'm just not. And I think because of that definitely like drew a wedge between us. So I can't really imagine doing what you're doing while taking care of a 16-year-old. You're 21 years old and you don't have a steady job. You don't have a job and you're in uni. Your brother moving in with you, I mean, I think it's too late for me to say this to you now, but that should have never happened. I'm pretty sure your family convinced you that you had to do that. I really wish you would have wrote me this letter before you did that. That shouldn't have happened. Now, I really hope that, God graces you and God guides you and shows you the way so that you can move forward and still be successful. But you have too much on your plate right now. And that's why you have like this foggy mind where you can't even think about what it is that you want to do. You feel unmotivated because you're carrying so much. Like that's literally like that's the story of the eldest daughter, like just carrying so much and you're having to house someone that's not your child. Your 16-year-old brother needs to be with your mama, not you. Like that's really what needs to happen. But, I don't know how you would make that happen. What I am going to tell you is this, like, you're always going to be trying to figure yourself out. Always. I'm turning 36 this year. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know what I'm doing. Just being honest. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I just show up every day. I have goals. I have dreams. And I just show up for them every day. Years ago, I remember hearing TD Jakes say that your purpose is tied to your passions. And that never has left me. Because even in the moments where I feel very unsure, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what God's doing in my life, I can always hold on to my passion. And when I hold on to the things I'm passionate about, I move forward. I move closer to the things that I want. And so one thing I'm passionate about is talking to y'all. I've always been passionate about talking to people. I went to school for journalism. I went to school for this shit. So I love doing this. And so I'm able to live out my passion. Another passion I have is singing, and I get to create it now because you know what? I'm able to, do what I can with my passion on YouTube. And you know what? If I want to, use some money to go to the studio and make a video of a song, I'm going to do that. And we'll see where it goes, and there's other things I'm passionate about. I want to make movies. I have ideas for films. I have ideas for plays and, prayerfully they come into fruition. But I say all that to say you're passionate about something. You are passionate about something. And I feel that TD Jakes was so right about your passion leading you to your purpose. And so maybe if you're unsure of what you're passionate about, maybe ask God to show you what that is. And then ask God what your purpose is. Like ask God, seek God for that every day. Like, God, what's my purpose? What's your will for my life? Am I in your will, God? Am I doing the things you want me to do? Am I around the people that you want me to be around? Can you send me good people that will pour into me and I pour into them too? Because I don't want to be selfish, but send me people that will help me build out my purpose. So I'm not wasting my time. And that just my life is not just passing me by. I think just focusing on what you're passionate about. If you find your passion, I feel like you'll be more motivated every day. You'll have that motivation. You'll want to wake up to get to that thing. Like today I got up to get to edit my Temptation Island video that I just uploaded, and whether it does good or bad, I don't care because I like doing it. I spent 4 hours editing it. That's my passion. I like it. So that's what I'm going to tell you. Find your passion. But also, I don't think it's a good idea to be a 21-year-old taking care of a 16-year-old unless you absolutely have to. I don't know what your situation is, but if you have other family members here that are older than you, they should go ahead and take in that 16-year-old. You're too young for that. You are too young for that. I hope that my words hit you, and I hope that you follow up with me. When y'all follow up with me, I follow up back. So don't be scared to follow up with me and send me an email. I'd love to hear from you and to know what how things go for you moving forward. Summertime is around the corner. I think that's the perfect time to go outside and find things that you're passionate about. So I hope that you do that, and I hope that God guides you. And I hope that, God shows you your purpose. My fellow first daughter. I'm writing my memoir, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait till I'm done. I'm 4 chapters in now. I cannot wait till I'm done because I really see myself going around and having that conversation more and more. You know what? The month of May is coming around, and so those of you guys who are firstborn daughters, send me your letters. I'd love to spend the month of May talking about that and having those conversations. Maybe I'll invite a therapist on, and we'll dissect those issues that we have as firstborn daughters. But yeah, girl, sending you my love. On that note, y'all, thank you so much for listening to another episode of Just a Couple Things, y'all. Please make sure you're following my podcast on every platform that streams podcasts. Thank you so much for listening and for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.